Hey, Ellen, welcome to my very first Roadside Chat. I am Anne Kelleher, Senior Legal Instructor with Blue to Gold, coming from you with an amazing question on dealing with kids. So without further ado, let's get to the question. So an officer from California asks, we have a 10-year-old who we believe is a witness to a homicide. The parents have made it very clear they do not want us talking to their kid. Does that matter? Can we go to the school, pull them out of class and talk to them anyway, despite what the parents have stated? And the answer to that question is probably not. Now, there is some really recent case out of California that kind of guides my reasoning on this. So Williams versus the County of San Diego. 2021 case. Now, again, this is the Southern District of California, but I think it's on track with where we would likely be in the Ninth Circuit here on this particular question. Now, parents have a fundamental right under the 14th Amendment, fundamental right to custody and control of their children. It's a due process fundamental right. Should the government then usurp that custody by pulling a child out and specifically interviewing them against the parents' wishes, that can fly right in the face of that fundamental right. So in Williams, what happened, social workers wanted to speak to a sibling in a home that they believed there was some child abuse going on. Now, just about every state, including California, has statute that allow you to interview child victims without parental consent and despite parental consent because of the exigency of the issue there. But here we have a witness, and the Southern District of California was asked to consider whether or not there was really any material issue of factor that a jury could weigh or consider. And what they decided is there clearly was. In fact, a jury could reasonably find that the social workers here violated the civil rights of the parents. And so they kicked it back to the lower court. So social workers, police, both government actors, I think the rule is going to be the same. We're interviewing them for a law enforcement purpose, despite the parents' wishes. So basically we are in essence taking custody and control of the children, despite the parents' wishes, to, for an in-depth period of time, right? Because if we're talking to them about what they witnessed in that homicide, this could take a period of time, probably more than just a few minutes, just depending on what they saw. So I would caution against going against parents' wishes in that kind of case without a court order. And you can get a court order to interview or subpoena a material witness. So that's how I go about on that one. But here's the other thing that I found as I was looking at this question. There is no case law that I was able to find, and no case law that these other cases out of the Ninth Circuit alluded to that say we have to ask for parents' permission before we interview a child witness. So, and I haven't even found any statute that governs what we can do in terms of child witnesses. So if we don't have parental consent, you don't necessarily have to go out and seek it in order to talk to a witness of a crime. So that's kind of how I would, potentially go about a similar situation in the future, right? Is try to talk to the child as soon as practicable after the offense. Don't necessarily need to ask the parents for permission first, but once the parents say no, we're pretty much done without that court order. So thank you again so much for this question. This was an amazing, like I said, really, really fun question, a little bit different than our normal Fourth Amendment search and seizure questions, but just so such an important kind of issue to be familiar with is kind of those parental rights and things that kind of come down to us through that 14th Amendment. So thanks again so much for your time. Keep those questions coming. They were awesome. Be sure to check out our Facebook page or our YouTube channel, subscribe to all that. Our next legal update should be coming at you very, very soon. So watch out for that. And I will see you all again next time. Thanks again.